Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. As always, I am just some dude on the internet, and you are watching Project Zomboid Build 42. This is the Hank Fultz Chronicles. I am so sorry to tell you, if you're joining me live, that Mr. Frank Fultz died in West Point last week. So that left me with a whole lot of time to manage my emotions and figure out what exactly it was that we are going to do to pick this story up. So, my friends, I would like to introduce you to Mr. Hank Fultz, and we're gonna create this character together. So you can see right now, Frank Fultz reanimated V3, Mr. Frank is dead. We are going to play this save, and we're going to create this character together. I already have all of the elements and stuff picked out, but I wanted you to be ready for a fresh beginning in the same world that Frank died in. Now, for those of you that have not yet seen it, because I do believe that the last minutes of Frank's life were not live streamed thanks to my internet giving out in all of its glory, what happened was that we were at West Point, and we decided to bring too much ammunition, and that really that weighed us down. So this leaves us with a couple of starting options. I'm thinking that the best place to start for Mr. Hank Fultz is going to be Riverside. We've done this before in an entirely different Frank Fultz universe way back when, but to set us up, right? I'm not gonna just run back directly to where all of the goodies and stuff were at this lake. What we are going to be working on is getting ourselves toward Moldra, and through natural events, our character is going to figure out that Frank has been in this area, and it's going to kind of lead us back to the estate. But our meta goal is going to be from Riverside to Moldra to the estate. So that way we're not just going to rush right into it. So right now, Riverside, Kentucky. That's where we're starting. Now, our Hank Fultz character I have chosen is going to be a police officer. So Frank Fultz was a park ranger, so this is going to be a very different experience. And here, I'm going to move the game audio back up for us. There we go. All right. Okay, so police officer is where we are starting out with this character. I have chosen a couple of different traits here. So the police officer by default gets level 4 aiming with 125% XP bonus. Our fitness starts at 8, which actually really helps us with exhaustion. Our nimble starts at level 1 with a plus 75% EXP bonus. Same thing for reloading, and then our strength starts at 5, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. So to add to this, right, the traits that we have chosen, because I believe you start with about like -8 points to spend as a police officer, we are choosing hearty appetite, so we're going to need to eat a little bit more regularly. We will be prone to illness, so we'll have a faster rate of zombification. We need to not get scratched. We will continue to be a smoker. We will have high thirst. We're carrying over the slow reader. We're bringing on weak stomach. And then the positive traits are going to be speed demons. So now we are going to be driving very fast. We are dexterous, so we can transfer items quickly. We get faster rope climbing speed, less of a chance of falling, faster weapon shouldering time as well. We are organized, so that means that our container inventory capacity is going to be increased. And we are fit, so we get an additional 2 fitness. So this is why we're starting with 8 fitness, which is going to be very helpful. Frank Fultz, on the other hand, to give you an idea, right, if I pulled this over, this is what Frank had been. Frank was the park ranger, was very adept at outdoor survival, seeing outdoors, herbalist, but he was short of breath, so he had a lot more endurance problems that we are not going to have to hopefully run into as much. So those are the traits for Mr. Hank Fultz. We end on 0 points to spend. I actually have the model. So, there's Frank in his underwear. Don't mind him. This one is Hank Fultz. All right. So, this is the character model for Hank I got us set up with. And we also got a nifty little subscribe moodle here that goes along with him. So boom, there's the first time checking that out. If you haven't clicked subscribe, I encourage you to do so. It's the best way to keep in contact and see all the awesome stuff coming out of the channel. But this is Mr. Hank Fultz, starting in Riverside. We have all of our traits. We are just gonna go ahead and click this play button. Now, this is really the first time that I am jumping back into a world that I have inhabited previously. I normally am a permadeath type of person when it comes to Project Zomboid, but I felt the narrative kind of calling around this, and I really wanted to build something. Plus, we spent all of that time building the road and collecting all of that gear. It would suck to lose it, right? So we're gonna pivot. We're gonna adjust. I also made some changes to the sandbox settings, which don't apply to this world quite yet, but I do have a mod that should let me apply those changes. So let's give it a try. We're gonna start off here. All right, first question. Do I have access to the same map? I do. Oh boy. Okay, so we are in Riverside. We are going to, for all intents and purposes, focus our survival on what we know. And we know this town, right? So I'm not going to jump into the other stuff that we've already done. But if I pause, we should have options, or actually, hang on now. Right click, sandbox options. This is what I want, right? So I created a Fultz universe list preset here. This is gonna change some settings, right? Number one setting that we are gonna change is we are no longer gonna be on a 2-hour day-night cycle. We are gonna be on a 90-minute day-night cycle, so back to the regular apocalypse settings, but I have turned respawn off. That was something that was starting to get annoying, and I really wanted to fix it. So, and there was a number of changes that had happened through the upgrade to 42.17. So this kind of applies that as well. So we are going to go ahead and apply this preset to our world, and we should be good. Okay, cool. So 2-hour day-night cycle is no more. We also do not have any power. So our starting house is going to see us very differently than Frank Fultz. All right, so we got our badge and our ID card here. We'll hold on to it. Bottle opener, right? We're gonna need something. We've got wine. All right, we've got vinegar, white sugar. We've got rotten food, rotten garlic, rotten strawberries, seasoning salt, yeast, and crackers here. Okay, so we are really not starting out with much of an advantage in our starter house. All right, key to the residence. We got our sheet here. I don't even have a freaking weapon, my dude. Okay, well, first and foremost, we need a weapon. So let's not die on day one. We'll fill up our glass with some water, and we're gonna look for something to fight with. The corkscrew is for cooking, and I don't have shit in me, man. Okay. All right. We do not have the luxuries afforded to us that Frank did, meaning that we have not leveled up. So we need to proceed with caution, and we are loading into a world that is already full of zombies in a town that probably has a high population density. All right. Now, in terms of fighting, right? Like, our ability to use guns is at an all-time high with this character. Oh, look. One has gotten into our house already. All right, just oh my goodness, a duffel bag makes its way in here. How awesome is that? Okay, let's. All right, well, we are gonna pick this duffel bag up, and it's got a key to a spiffle van. All right, hang on. All right, we'll get that in a moment. Let's deal with the baddies. Stomp him with the steel-toed boots. That is right, Kitten Rit. And hello, Bonkman. Welcome back. Oh, Jesus. Okay, hang on. All right, back against the wall. Trigger that song by Cage the Elephant. All right. All right, and our strength is doing all right. All right, now we are amassing dead bodies. Okay, we need a digital watch. Let's go ahead and steal one. Hey, and a hand fork. We have our first weapon. Okay, and we are going to wear this duffel bag. Fantastic. We are already moving on up. All right, we're going to take the bottle opener, the ID card, and the wine. Look how quickly we move these items. Lovely. All right, look at that. 23 carrying capacity versus I think we used to have 18 with Frank. So you're already starting to see the added benefit. Kittenrit says, maybe stop breaking and entering and they won't come at you like that. I do like the purple backpack though. Yes, I do. I do like the purple backpack. Yeah, we also do not know how to use a generator anymore. So yeah, my meta rules apply in the following way, right? This character does not know anything that Frank did. So that means that I am not going to be just going to the immediate areas that Frank was in, and we're operating, you know, under the strenuous conditions of the apocalypse already being 2 months in. Lovely. Yeah, and our maintenance is not level 5. So day 1 is going to be kind of similar to what you're used to experiencing early Zomboid. The only difference here is that we are spawned in a world full of rotten food and bad water. But given that we were able to survive the 2 months beforehand, really the only difference that we have to combat right now is the Zed population being higher. So we are going to leverage this to level up our sneak, or we're going to try to use some of the weapons that are in our immediate vicinity. It appears that we are right next to the gas station, so that's cool. Yeah, so we're on the north side of Riverside. All right, that guy's dead. He dead. Okay, little hint here. Somebody told me this. Reading glasses. Even if you have slow reader, you can wear reading glasses and they will offset it, not entirely, but I think gives you like a 10% boost to your reading speed. And I believe being slow reader, you're at like a 30% hindrance. So lesson learned, whenever I want to read, put on reading glasses. Thank you to the person that left that comment. Yeah, so the weapon that we're using, the classification of this, I believe, is considered short blade. Yes, it is. Short blade is awesome because you're not going to get as exhausted and you can swing much quicker. Frank used a lot of the long blunt weapons. So we're going to try to change it up. Oh, look at that. Yep, and it's already broken. We're going to try to change it up. And the days already feel like they're moving faster. Goodness. Okay. We're just trying to get a foothold on the area. If I could get myself a knife. Oh, speaking of knife, I think this person has, that looks like a wooden stake. All right, that person is definitely heading here. All right, more stomps. All right, we got a couple of them. Gardening trowel. Can I use this as a weapon? Okay, well, I'm going to. You ever attack anybody with a garden trowel before? Get out of here, ho. Get stabbed. Okay, we're gonna go around. Same rules still apply. Now more than ever. Definitely want to make sure that see, exactly, that's what I knew it. Knew I wasn't safe. Now I got some awesome, oh shit, okay, hang on, we're gonna back up. Let's go this way. Got awesome news in terms of the channel and upgrading some things. So I've noticed that I was getting some hissing on the microphone and realized that my Shure SM7B dynamic microphone probably was picking up noise from the Rodecaster. So picked up a little off-brand cloud lifter to add some gain, and that seems to have fixed that problem. Dude, there's a lot of dead bodies here. Things are smelling nasty. If we can get a mask. Ooh, get stabbed. Okay, dude, this gardening trowel is actually doing much better than I thought it would. One would not have thought that the garden trowel would go so hard. All right, dude, we still got more people in the house. What up, lady? Come over here. Yeah, you got like a fork or something on you. All right, yep. We'll put that fork in the bag. All right, our guy is going to get hungry relatively soon, so let's check if there's any food. Here's not. God damn. All right, this is a house that has like nothing in it. Cool. We're securing our safety. That's what day one is, right? Secure the safety. Now, I do not foresee us living in this house the entire time because there doesn't seem to be much, you know. Oh, look, our sneaking. Yeah. Get stabbed. All right. Bam. Yes, so Hank is not like Frank in that he's not really intended to be an outdoor survival kind of guy. I'm leaning more toward, oh sweet, Lightfoot. I'm leaning more toward guns and violence for Hank. All right, we are gonna grab that hand fork again. I want to know if at 11, do I have... Okay, so the garden trowel does count as short blade. I was just making sure. Well, the hand fork, I think definitely does more... Does it not do more damage? They do about the same. Interesting. Oh, shit. Okay. Yeah, so we're gonna spend the first bit of time here getting our character up to snuff. Luckily, we've already got that level 1 sneak. The quicker that we can get that up, the better off we are gonna be. Bonkman, what was your first computer or console you played on? First console I ever played on was Nintendo 64. Dude, my first video game ever that I remember kind of being into is Banjo-Kazooie from the 1990s. Has great music, too. And then, like, PC, some good memories of older games. I don't know if you've ever heard of the game No One Lives Forever, but it's like an agent game. Like, think like 1960s, like psychedelic kind of look, but like kind of like a Hitman type game. Dude, you're kidding me. All is not well in Riverside from what I'm able to see. This neighborhood sucks. They're gonna make me go in the basement. They're gonna make me do it. Bruh, I can't see shit. Nothing. Really? Gorsh, Scoob. That sucks. Okay. Nothing here. So there was nothing in my house, nothing in the neighbor's house, nothing in the neighbor's house. We're going to see about the neighbor's house. Oh. Well, it looks like someone's already dead. So they got the party started without me. Well, I will say, at least we did get a duffel bag. All right, we're going in with the scissors. And notice how quickly they break. All right, we are gonna drop that. Drop that. Gonna equip that. Dude, how many of these guys are dead? We've killed 24, and the gardening trowel is our favorite weapon. So it shall be. Oh, man. All of the weapons, they're failing. All right. We gotta get some good weapons. Dude, yeah, and we got muscle strain building up in our arms. We are a weakling. Come on, Hank. Better not call him Frank. Dude, there better not be zombies in here. What did I tell you? There better not be. Oh, Jesus. Okay. What's the thing on the bottom left? That is one of the mods that I have for the hood. So this is just easier. So I don't need to press H and look at the health. You can kind of see based on the color and like the location. So if I have a cut or something like that, I can just move my mouse over here. Makes it a little bit easier. All right. I can't break or clear the broken glass that's over here. Okay. There's definitely a zombie either in the bedroom or in the basement. Well, luckily I know this area. All right, as long as it's not gonna be like 5 of them. Hey, doofus. Oh my God, now he's stuck on the window. My brother in Christ. They don't get any smarter, do they? All right, I'm just gonna wait back here. There we go. There's 2 of them. All right, we can manage 2. All right, now push him back. Yep, now we doing a stomp. All right, both of them down. Okay, after like 30 Zeds, now we're finally officially out of breath. This is the only house I've so far even seen something as much as like a can of marinara. All right, well, we're gonna start taking some of the fixins that we can find. This is brutal, man. Home Security Monthly. All right, well, this is VHS, you are dead. Not funny. Sunset Drive, a photo album. Holds a whole bunch of photos that help with boredom, apparently. Maybe we'll strike out and find a shotgun or something in here. What's on the ground? A doodle of a pattern. I love how descriptive. I too doodle patterns. All right, since we were tired, let's give ourselves a bit of a rest. Let's drop the gardening trowel. Yeah, dude, I don't got anything to eat, Frank. Called him Frank. He's Hank. Oh my god, okay. Sweet. We have the hacksaw, claw hammer. Attach that to the belt left. There is a leash. Considered trash. Yeah, basements are also not a recommended place for us to go right now, as we do not have flashlights. Parking ticket, speeding ticket. All right, we got 2 more friends here. Okay, yeah, and we're gonna want to fill up on water as well. All right, let's manage. Okay, and then there's the milk and more down that way. Gas station is gonna be up and to the right. The police station is gonna be up and to the left. And given that we're a couple months in, God knows if that is already broken into, or if I'm gonna have to find another sledgehammer. All right, I don't think I've gone in this house yet. We have not. Okay, let's do some investigatory work. Anyone home? So far, I don't hear anyone. My ears have led me astray before. Absolutely brutal, dude. There's like nothing good in here. Shit. Okay, well, if this is gonna be the case, man, we're gonna need to find a better location. Have not found any food. Unless my character wants to drink an entire box wine. In which case, him and Frank's affinity for alcohol are one and the same. You can tell they come from the same family. All right, now I definitely saw a zombie this way. Okay, and I see 3 more. Is there anybody home? When I changed the sandbox settings, did I just like absolutely bone myself? Holy shit. Whoa, okay. Yeah, yep. And we're going back. So because of how far we have regressed skill-wise, you're going to see me falling back a lot right now. Because my ability to take on trains of zombies is not what it was. But thankfully, the fitness, like I said, should help us kind of accommodate that. There's a resignation letter. Taking a look at the skills. Look at that. Yep, sneaking 25 out of 150. Nimble, 39 out of 150. Plus, I think that nimble, don't we have, nimble and, not running, nimble, strength, and fitness. We have boosts. Okay, there was definitely a dude over here. Oh, there you are. All right. This looks like this kind of gets the immediate neighborhood cleaned up. Monstrous trucks. Trucks that are monstrous. All right, let's see if this door is open. Nope. Can I get in? Remove the broken glass. Don't climb through it. There we go. All right, so we got a dish towel, empty glass. Hey, look, it's lunch. We found some chips. Nice. All right, we're gonna put the salt in the bag. Rotten cheese. Yep, rotten food. Nice, okay. Magazine, good cooking. All right, we'll grab a couple things here. Nothing. No, while I'm in here, gonna fill my glass is empty again. It only carries 200 milliliters, so I'm not surprised. All right, it is already 3:10 p.m., so you can see the 90-minute pacing is really working its weight against us. All right, since it doesn't look like there's going to be much in this neighborhood, I need to decide, right? Like, am I going down? All right, here's what we're gonna do. Gas station is most definitely gonna have some type of goodies in it. We're gonna walk around the front and we're gonna take a look at the gas station, see if we can get like some dehydrated meat sticks or something. Yeah, that's the car wash, so it'd be right up next to it. Oh, okay, we got two more friends. Oh, shit. All right, both of them knocked out. We are good. We got animal bones, money, pillow. I will travel with a pillow because getting good sleep is important. Okay, real quick. If I pull this up, I believe the police station is like right up here. Something like that. Okay, good news thus far. Ooh, okay, I see a car. Yeah, we found keys to a Spiffo van. Where is the Spiffo van? Is it by the Spiffos? Which is down here. All right, lots and lots of friends. There's the police station. Found it. Now, our character is going to be most useful with a gun, but guns are not useful without ammunition. So this also brings me back to, like, I want to talk about what exactly went wrong with Frank, right? So I went in carrying an AR, a shotgun, you know, a snub nose, a 9mm, and all kinds of ammunition. And while that was working at first, right, the critical thing that really just killed me in the end. Oh, no, I don't want to pick up the glass. I want to remove broken glass. The thing that really just nuked me in the end was the weight capacity, right? Like, my guy got exhausted. Holy shit, man. Everything in this place is gone. Fuck. Dude, this might force me into Maldra. Literally, bro, just nothing of use in here. That sucks. These tissues, okay. They're really making us fight for the scraps. Okay, well, with no gun, taking out that many zombies is not really a viable strategy, but dude, you know what? Like, all right, we can get in the side. There's a map of March Ridge. We've got a matchbook. All right, we'll take that. We've got some duct tape. Take that. Empty fountain cup. That's another 300 milliliters. I'm going to take it. Flashlight. Bam. All right. Nailed it. Okay, and we've got dental floss. And there's a key ring. Oh, look at that. There is the key to this vehicle. Trunk is locked. Empty gas can, tarp, tire pump. Some good stuff. Okay. But does she have gas? Is she gassy? 0% remaining. All right. And I don't have a tube. So in order to siphon gas, I need a tube. Shit. Oh, look. An officer. If I can get her attention.
Hey. Psst. Hey.
You got a spear through her, or is that a shotgun? What is that? That looks like a spear, or just a wooden handle. But you got a holster. I can see it. Oh, you're still alive. My bad. Bulletproof vest. We're gonna put that on. And we're wearing a double holster. All right, now we got room for guns. All right, police pants, police shirt. I'll go ahead and put the police shirt on. All right, so now we got a little bit more defense. Let's start kind of clearing some of these guys down here a little bit. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of this. A lot of clearing people out. If I can get a gun with enough ammo, I can take out a lot. But the alternative, right, is look at how many there are. I'm interested in a few of the Zeds. I'm interested in the police officers. The police officers are going to have the 9 mils. If the police station is accessible and we can get to the armory, fantastic, right? Then it's worth getting in there. But it is not worth me fighting tooth and nail to get in there. So how do we handle large amounts of zombies, right? Rather than fighting them, we can draw them in. We don't have any noise makers, but we do have cars, right? And one that we have the key to. All right, let's take a look. We got a paring knife here. All right, I'm gonna equip. Actually, I'll put the paring knife in the backpack because we'll use that for like cooking probably. All right, there's ketchup here. And we need cigarettes. That is another thing that this character desperately needs. All right, we're going in. All right, ketchup. I mean, I'll get my sustenance where I can. I'm not proud of it, but I will drink an entire thing of ketchup if that's what it takes to survive. Anything in the back here? A lot of disappointment and rotten burgers. Okay, well, it looks like literally, I mean, like 7 bottles of ketchup. That's what I'm gonna get for my venture here? If I go into this kitchen and there's Nothing of value. I'm gonna be pissed. Rotten beef patties. Nothing, 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 nothing. Holy cow. Every location is fucked. We are definitely starting off in harder times. Can't even reach these. Ah, you tempt me. Temptress. Put the ketchup right out of reach. Oh, I forgot that I enabled toggle. That's something I gotta remind myself. All right, yeah. There are a lot of Zeds this way. Doesn't look like the doors are broken out there. Okay, we can draw them this way. Okay, we are pulling some friends from across the street, and there's one right there. Let's go this way. What I'm gonna do, I'm thinking about those cars down there provide us a great opportunity to draw the horde, right? Like I said, we don't have to fight everybody, but we can migrate them. Police station also presents a unique opportunity to find cigarettes, but I know that this police station in particular is small. It's much smaller than Maldra. And if I can't get inside the armory, that's going to be an issue. Oh, shit. It's a Spiffos van. Is this the one that I have the key to? We're about to find out. The guy's getting a little bit hangry. I might have to gobble some ketchup. Got some aviators. I already got aviators on. Okay, and we're drawing that guy now. Awesome. Okay. These guys are down. Now let's take a look at this car, this van. We can look in the back. This guy's got 52 capacity. Nothing worth value. Let's see on the inside. No key. I'll take your matchbook. All right, nothing of value about this trunk. Locked. Now, does this guy got a pipe through him? Nope, that was just the way that he was standing by something. Looked like it was in his chest. We have killed 52 Zeds so far. So, like, by the end of day one... Oh, shit. Okay, hang on. There's a couple more here. So we are definitely going to go back into that starting neighborhood that we cleared, because we know that that's safe. If the world is kind to me, then this is the... I do have the key. All right. Fantastic. Do you have gas? Tell me you have gas. Have gas. 0. Shit. Okay. But it's in good condition. Plus, okay, so look, yep, there's another matchbook, walkie-talkie, cooking 2, duct tape. We got some money, battery. I'm going to take the battery, the flashlight. All right, in the back, whole bunch of stuff that's not useful. Yep. And unfortunately, yep, nothing else. Okay. Well, the doors are all unlocked now. This is a perfectly suitable car. Let's take a look and see if this has any gasoline. If either of these do, 100% remaining. Would you look at that? Life is a bitch. Okay, so there is gas in this car, and we have an empty gas can up there, but you know what we don't have? A hose. All right, this one has 0. Okay, well, we're gonna mark this on the map for sure right now. I do not have the ability to write on the map. I didn't pick up a pen. Okay. Well, we'll keep it in mind. Spiffo van right here, and then, I might as well go grab the gas can. We need to search for hoses. Like a rubber tube. All right, yep, and then we have the keys to this one too, so. All right, we are gonna move this gas can. Dead rats, nice, okay. Doing a little bit of jogging. All right, this gas can, we are gonna drop literally right here. Bam. All right, let's go get us some water. Yo, what's up, Alex? How you doing? Welcome, welcome. We are kicking off with the Hank Fultz Chronicles today in memory of Frank. Oh, dude. So yeah, we're getting short blunt. Ah, shit. Oh yeah. Well, we've been using a lot of the hammer. Want to go for short blade. I really do. Yeah, Frank died a brutal death. That VOD is coming within the next 2 days. I already have it uploaded, but I want to give the video I uploaded today a little bit more time. All right, we are gonna leave these guys alone. Yeah, rest in peace, Frank, for sure. And he died in such a brutal way. He got one shot off, one shot with the shotgun. And I mean, the real problem was as they were encroaching upon me, there was not enough room for me to shoot. So it became an infinite game of push, where I was pushing them and then more just kept flooding through. So I was able to push and push and push and push, and then I got one shot off, and then after that one shot, I got bit in the shoulder, and then they all swarmed me. It was over before it even began. I will say we have been, what is this, cat eye prescription lenses? I don't know if that's going to help me any more than just normal reading glasses. But yeah, definitely do not bring all the guns in the world and ammo. I would rather have one gun and a ton of ammunition than have a ton of ammunition and a ton of guns. Lesson learned the hard way. Dude, this sucks. There's diddly for food around here. Okay, well, I've got the ketchup. I'm about to eat 1,480 calories of goodness. Dude, my own bedroom isn't even safe anymore. God damn it. All right. Well, it's 7:10 p.m. I don't know that I'm going to be able to sleep. Let's read through some of it. Let's take a rest. And let's read through some of the magazines so we can learn how to make a pie dough. Make some short-range sensors and stuff to add to the bomb, which... What, I already know how to make magazine limb armor? What? This is how to add short-range, medium-range, and long-range motion sensors to bombs. Okay. Oh shit, dude! I gotta put the reading glasses on, brother. Hang on, let's do that. Put the reading glasses on first, Frank. No, you're not Frank. You're Hank. Oh, I did it again. There we go. Now let's read. Even if it shaves off just 10% of the time. Worth it. All right, there we go. There is that magazine down. Go ahead and read about monstrous trucks. Now, I really am wanting to get to that police station. I want the ammo, I want the guns. But there are way too many for me right now. And honestly, I need food. That's going to be of more importance to me. My guy is not even tired. I'm just a little uncomfortable. Dude, all of the food that my guy started with in here is rotten. Got some chocolate chips. All right, well, we got white sugar. Frickin' corkscrew, man. All right, comic book. This is gonna help. Here, let's take a seat. Read. Let's drop this book on the ground. Let's read our comic book. There we go. I mean, that helped with a little bit of the sadness. Okay, with the digital watch, let's go ahead and set... Oh, nope, don't place the item. Let's go ahead and set the alarm. We are going to set it for 7 a.m. All right, we are going to get some sleep, and I do have... There, let's... do have the pillow, right? I put this in my main inventory. All right, you have to put the pillow on the bed, I guess. Yes, now it's good with a pillow. Okay. Went to sleep thirsty. Oh no, I'm gonna have nightmares. My guy's not fucking... Jesus. Okay, well. It appears that the game just got more interesting because it's 11:30 at night and my guy's awake. Drinking toilet water at 11:30 p.m. All right. All right, and I don't even have the professional version of this. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna pop up in this map and we're gonna come up with a plan. All right, police station is right here, right? And I don't even think, yeah, I don't have a pen, so I can't write this down. If we want to get out of here, right? I mean, like rich side of town, Probably want to shoot up this way and go down Main Street, but there's going to be a lot of Zeds in this surrounding area. If we back it up, go to Lincoln Street, I mean, this might be a good opportunity to go search these houses. It is the middle of the night, so we need to play this smart. There are not very many homes over here. Yeah, the largest population of the Zeds are right here, right by that police station. We know that this is at least pretty safe. All right, this is a scouting mission. Here we go. We've got extra batteries. Zed can't see me, but I can't see them. Bro, the darkness makes it like that much worse. We ain't rocking any mini maps. Oh Jesus! All right. Ooh shit! All right. All right, well, there's two of them. Yeah, let's get some attention real quick. You see why I'm so fucking hesitant to fight at nighttime. Holy shit, it's dark. And we have not had any SIGs yet. Jesus, and it's still midnight. All right. Yeah, we're trying to use the cover of darkness to our advantage. All right, this is the Milk and More. All right, now we're just back in the area that we've already fought in. Oh, Jesus. Okay, hang on. I need to get that heavy-duty flashlight the moment that is available. All right. Making any more friends at the Milk and More? Holy shit. Okay, yep, there's a lot of them. We're going through the darkness. Don't worry. I can't see. You can't see. We're going to be okay. Okay. Hearing a lot of sounds. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Not liking what I'm hearing. All right. Oh, shit. All right, I'm gonna stand in this corner for a little bit. If it's just a couple of them, I can manage them. All right, we're still good. Okay, if it's just two, I'll work with it. All right. Another one coming. He doesn't seem to be interested in me. All right, I want to go in this store here. Oh. You know, I can manage a couple of them. All right, I'm gonna come back here and make sure I don't see anybody's ass coming up this way. Now we're a little bit sad, which is to be expected. Things are going quite poorly. But I mean, we already have a bag. We have a bulletproof vest. We've got a flashlight. So we have the basic necessities, right? All right, nobody else coming down this way. Nobody coming that way. The fuck is that? Somebody's in here. Somebody's somewhere. Okay, this is the VHS store. The Ballenkulen? What the fuck was that? What did that say? Ballenkulen. Oh. Wow. Most of the store here has been raided already. Combat wound management. Space Crew, the Moderators, Simon's Fitness Club. Yeah, look at this. Woodcraft, survival exposure, survival. The Z Squad. Yeah, this is not looking too good here. You know, OG strat is to loot at night. All right, what we got? Yeah, literally. I mean, there's stuff here that is helpful, but it's not particularly helpful to us right now. All right, and we're at 94%, so we're still rocking good light. Okay, see one dude. All right, there is a winery right here. The Lickety Split Brother. This place is not in good shape. Compared to when we were here, you know, in the original Frank Fultz, this place looks like shit. Somebody needs to clean this place up. Disposable cameras. Yep, this was the film place. Snap. Okay. Just need to make sure nobody's hiding in the bathroom waiting to grab me. Anyone in this bathroom, this office? I'm gonna get jump scared. It's gonna happen. There's gonna be, watch right here. We're good. We're good. Not going out that way. All right. Well, we're getting some water. Literally nothing. Oh, God, dude, this is abysmal. All right, well, I can get more water. And if anybody sees cigarettes, please say something. Paperwork. Damn it. Stapler. Ah, you know what? Pencil. Don't mind if I do. And pen. Now we can draw on the map. These are comics. We can make a drinking glass. All right, these are a bunch of comics and stuff. I'll take these. They're gonna help me not be as depressed. All right, what do we got on the wall here? More film, more film. Receipts, okay. Extinguisher, puts out flames. Well, I'm the one that starts the fires, not the one that puts them out, unfortunately. Damn, oh yeah, Floyd says, damn, Frank is dead. Ah, yes. Welcome, my friend, to the Hank Fultz Chronicles. That video, that VOD is coming soon. You're going to get to experience Frank's death. Unfortunately, nobody got to experience it live because literally like 3 minutes before I died, my internet went out while it was happening live. So I was stuck there, had to manage my emotions by myself. It was very sad. Yeah, so I took a little bit of time, a week, and then came back to the table prepared to do some more stuff. So unfortunate, but yeah, Frank did die. We are still playing in the same world though. So that means all of the water and the power is still shut off. All of the things that Frank built are still around, but we started in Riverside. All right, there's a crazy taxi here. I see some of these guys. All right, we got a couple more Zeds here. All right, I only grabbed one of them. You really don't get much attention at night. Good to know. Yeah, that cover of darkness really does help. Okay, I believe when we lived over here as Frank, way back when, it was over here. Look at that, +1 sneaking. Damn, I'm curious to see how that beast of a survivor perished. Too bad, lived long enough. Yeah, dude, he went out guns blazing. Absolutely in a blast of glory and ammo. And my end goal with this character, maybe not necessarily the end goal, but like the meta goal that I have for Mr. Hank Fultz is actually to find Frank, because Frank is still actually wandering out there as a zombie in West Side, or West Side. I keep saying that, my God. West Point. But yeah, we can find Frank out in the world and bury him proper. That is a goal of Hank's. But he just doesn't know it yet, because he has not yet discovered the remnants of Frank. So yeah, I decided to choose Riverside because we had thought about going, back up here as Frank, never did. So new place to explore 2 months into the game. I also changed the sandbox settings, Floyd. So now we are back to the 90 minutes day-night cycle. But I did turn respawn off, where respawn was on sometimes for Frank, which explains why our friends showed back up at the lake house. So now when you clear things, you're actually going to clear things. And by you, I mean we. And by we, I mean me. Now this is probably getting, oh dude, it's still doing all right. All right, the condition isn't as bad as I thought it was. All right. Oh dude, look at that Jeep. That's a nice looking Jeep. Psst. Get this guy to come over here. Oh, okay. There's the friend. All right. Well, we've leveled a short blunt. I would love to take a look at this car. And, you know, since we're already at this house, let's just see. Zombie respawn sucks, says Floyd. I always killed it in sandbox. So Hank is an ex-cop coming up from north, trying to find the origin of the epidemic. So the backstory I have for Hank is that he worked like 14, not 14, like about 10 years in Louisville PD on the Louisville police force. Him and, oh dude, what the fuck? Oh, that's nacho cheese. That's good. I'll eat the good nacho cheese. Him and Frank, right? They are, I believe, 8 years apart. So he is the younger brother of Frank. Frank is about 8 years older, right? Frank was the park ranger, and Hank ended up going into the police line of work. But he is much more of a physical badass than Frank was. Frank was a lot more exhaustive, you know, kind of the older, you know, survival guy. Hank is much more, you know, in his prime, out for blood. But he, at least in this, you know, meta that I'm kind of coming up with, right? We're coming down from Riverside. I would like to pass through Maldra, and I believe that Frank Fultz has left his ID in his original starting house. So it would be quite the concept if Mr. Hank here were to find the remnants of his brother and piece it back together, you know, find the, you know, all the things that he left behind, and in turn kind of inherit. So we still can't sleep. We are not tired enough to sleep. Let's take a look at our map. All right, so we've been following Lincoln Street, right? The rich homes are on this side. We can, let's see, if we follow, do I want to go around or not? Got really dark, or really quiet. There is nothing in here. So far, man, the spawns have been, like the loot tables, absolutely cooked me. They're making me work my ass off for food now. Holy cow. Okay, we're rocking 39 in the trunk. Credit card, no key. But I mean, this is like a perfect condition vehicle. Zero gas, but literally everything is great except for the front right seat. 100% on basically everything. All right, let's see. And we're at 86% on this flashlight. Oh my fuck. Okay, we're backing it up. All right, under the cover of darkness. It's much easier to lose zombies at night. I will say that. A lot more Zeds by the police station than over here. I'm not feeling too confident to go into these homes right now. Take a look at this mailbox. What we got here? Brochure. Got that golf club. It's a garage. Trying to get some better loot. All right, anybody home? Surprised that person did not come over here. Okay. No one's in here. Oh shit, we found a pot. And more rotten food, but let's take a look. Cheese grater. You know what? I'll take the beans. You know, and that pot of stew, even if it's rotten, I'm taking it. It's rotten. We're going to dump it on the floor. It's going in the bag. Bam. All right, chrome sink. Fill up our water glass and get out. There's a perfectly good hacksaw. Let's replace the bad one. All right, good hacksaw. It's going in. What else? Wildlife preserve, making traps. We'll take it. In magazines. Awesome. All right, we're gonna keep going down this road. Right, I want to head toward the richer homes. Coal field. Ah, that brings back memories. Oh, hell yeah. Okay, there we go. Good empty bottles. And a rope. I'll take the rope. All right, quickly gonna refer to the map. All right, this is an office building. The rich neighborhoods that are the gated communities up this way. Actually, no, this is the school. This is the school, I believe. Is it office or the school? Guess we'll find out. Let's come over here. This looks like a decent car. In good condition. I'm not seeing any Zeds over here. All right. Sprechen the condition. What are we dealing with? What we got? 77% gas. Everything else looks great. Oh my God, there's the fucking keys. Oh shit, yeah. Screwdriver, tarp. All right, and it's got 148 capacity, dude. Ye doggy. All right, let's unlock this. Let's take a look at the inside. All right. Well, that is great. Before the sun comes up, you know, and we've got our ride here. So now the question, you know, becomes where we want to go. Do we want to take this and head to Muldra? Drive around a little bit? Maybe let's see what we're working with. If we pop this up Lincoln Street, go north and go around, you know, maybe we can kind of kick our way back around and then get on the outs here. Muldra is down this way. This is where the lake house is. Right where the road. Frank is all the way over here. Well, not, oh, yep, over here. This is where Frank died. Can't believe it. We actually got a working car. Heck yeah. I do think that this is the school. Let's see what we can find inside real quick. Maybe there's something worth grabbing, like a baseball bat or something from the gymnasium. If these bastards didn't lock everything down. Ain't gonna stop me. All right, waters. Filling up the real water bottle now. All right, that means that we can take this glass that we have and we're getting rid of it. Water dispenser, we are gonna fill this empty bottle. All right, water, glass, plastic cup, those are going on the ground. All right, we are going to put the actual water bottle, move it up. An empty flask. It only weighs 0.1 too. 500 milliliter too? That's nice. I mean, I'll fill the flask with water, why not? Another empty flask. All right, we got lighters. Empty glass bottles. I mean, stuff for like Molotov, but... All right, things are getting a little bit heavy here. What do I want to drop? Things are getting a little bit quiet. A little too quiet. Tennis ball. What do we got in the garbage bag? Leather jacket. All right. Anything in here? You got the red pen. Nothing. You never know. There might be cigarettes. All right. That looks to be the end of the administrative. Yeah, end of the administrative offices. Unfortunately, not very useful. Box of paper clips. That phone book. Yep. Staples. Nothing. Okay. This is, I believe, the teacher's room. Teacher's lounge. Anybody leave any food behind? Not much of a pop cola can left. All right, well, we'll take your empty bowl. And we'll take the cereal. And I'm gonna take the stuff to make some tea. All right, now it does sound like there are some Zeds in here. All right, we got grape soda. We're gonna drink it. All right. That bottle, yeah, we'll hold on to it. We're at 13.4. Let's wear my normal aviators. Move these back. Move that in there. 12.36. All right. Dropping that. We are going to drop the wine. There we go. Now we're all set. All right. We are going to check the gymnasium. This is the cafeteria. My bad. Well, there's probably not anything good in here. Yeah, not feeling it. All right, gymnasium should be somewhere over here. This is the nurse's office. You got any? Antidepressants, painkillers? Yes, okay, we will take those. We are pretty weepy, so that's actually gonna be helpful. We're gonna do that now. Gonna take some antidepressants. That was like the one thing I never found is Frank. Well, let there be painkillers. There's a lot of those. All right, we're dropping duct tape. I'm gonna eat some ketchup. I'm just trying to make room. All right, I think the gymnasium is right here. That's made my guy miserable. He's very upset. Okay, that is the outside. This is the locker room. The gym, okay. Gym is this way. Whoa. All right, there's the school bully and his girlfriend, I guess. Just complete pitch black, man. Look at that, just disappear, boom. Silence. Cigarillo. Look at that. We can smoke. Thank God. Okay, but only a little bit. Just a smidge. Dude, our guy was up all night. It is 6:20 in the morning. We got a guy in here. Oh! Jesus. Fucking Christ, dude. I couldn't tell if he was in the other room or not. Holy shit. Oh my God. I hate when that happens. Okay. Badminton rackets. Lacrosse sticks. Got a neck guard. Ice hockey neck guard. Don't mind if I wear that. Not getting my neck. And a gym mat. Brother. All right, if I press P... Look at that protection. Best protect your neck. Literally everything else is shitty. Does it have like holes in it and stuff? Holes in this. Gives me some wind resistance, but like not much else. Okay, badminton racket. It gives me 40 minutes of fire fuel. Well, I was hoping that I'd see something else here. This is not going to be helpful. Okay, well, with that... And actually, there might be something in here. Let's check. Nope. Okay, and then this is gonna go to the kitchen. Hey, frying pans. Now you're speaking my language. Actual items. Flour, aluminum foil. All right, we're getting margarine. More margarine, all right. Spoons. Wunderwaffe. Okay. So from here, I mean, 21. I'm dropping the rope, dropping the tea bag, dropping the water flask. Got a paring knife. How much are these gonna weigh? This stack. All right. These were recipes. Take these 3. All right, that puts it at 17. That puts me at 13. Move that water bottle back. Now I'm at 11. I am gonna drop the hammer. Dropping it. All right, we're attaching the frying pan to our back. And we're gonna have a backup frying pan. And nah, I can't fit the grill pan. All right, well, I'm dropping the badge. And I'm dropping the ID card. That should be fine. We'll do that. All right, I should be able to turn this off. Well, holy goddamn. It is... Ooh, okay, hang on. There might be a fire axe over here. I'm going to use this to my advantage. My truck is still up there. But if I can get a peek. Ooh, in a house that has actually been set on fire. Are there any firemen here? I see someone with a backpack. Two firefighter axes. And firefighter pants. Fuck yeah. All right, we're backing up. All right, firefighter pants. They actually help us. All right, well, we got 2 firefighter axes. Now we can fight. Now we can fight. We're a bit thirsty. I'm gonna drink this wine. Don't mind if I do. Bottoms up. My coordination is slightly inebriated. We're gonna be fine. All right. We are gonna put frying pan in the glove box and our backup frying pan in the glove box. And a fire axe. All right, and that's going on our back. Puts us at 14.31. Okay. Yeah, but this is at 19.72. If I put the pot in here, and the bowl, and the hacksaw, and the paring knife, and the magazines, we're gonna kind of offload some of this stuff. 12.98. Move these pencils, put them in there. Put these other magazines. Yeah, we got like 5 things of painkillers. Don't need all of them right now. Let's take these 3, put them in the seat. 12.29. You're shitting me. All right, marinara going in there. Margarine going in there. Comic books. Awesome. All right. Now that is settled, and then I believe in the back we had like 138, something like that. 148. Okay, let's close the trunk. Not driving it open. All right, with our fire axe, we have now just unlocked some new capabilities. So let's keep going. We're going to use the fog to our advantage here. Now we do have the speed demon trait, so we need to check ourselves before we wreck ourselves, friends. All right, there's Gigamart. And this is going to be the church. And the rich neighborhood. Which I believe this is the only way in, is through this way. All right, there is another house that was burned down. A decent looking house right here. Let's pull our friends. Yeah, there they are. All right, and then you got a couple here. Holy Jesus. Yeah, there's a lot of... We're gonna pull them down this way. Don't mind me. It's all part of the plan, friends. Making sure everybody knows where we are. That person looks like they have something stuck through them. Bunch of suckers. Suckers and losers. Ha 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 ha. Let's go this way. All right. Okay. Now we're going to come in here. We're going to take a couple things. Rub an alcohol. Be good. Got a red pen. There's knitting needles on the ground. Pork chops. Gravy mix. Rummaging. Ooh, is that 2 corkscrews? Rotten banana. You got there's squid. When did that ever become a thing in this game? Oh, there's a basement. Bath towel. Tell me that one of these homeowners smoked cigarettes. Come on. There's a torch. No, that was a scythe. All right, well, the good news is that none of them are outside. For a moment, I thought I saw a bunch of them, and I was like, oh, no. High-end camera. Alarm clock. Oh shit, okay, so there's a rifle. 130-30 round, which is that what this takes? All right, well, these are going in the bag. They will go in the truck. We found a gun. Hey, and a toy cat pistol. And a teddy bear. Mission accomplished. We found an actual weapon. Nice. Okay. There appears to be a basement. So if we're feeling like trying our luck. What is this? Box of 44 mags. All right. Finding more things that I like. Whoa. All right. I'm seeing sandbags and 45 ACP rounds. Okay, what do we got in here? Oh my God, this person was stalked. What did I tell you? Look at that. Hell yeah. Lots of ammunition. We're going to take all of the ammo and put it in the car. Carton. Damn, dude. Huge, huge, huge find, friends. Okay, and this is a makeshift ham radio. Getting all of the rounds off the ground. Make sure that I'm not leaving any of the goodies behind. I won't become one of them. Well, hats off to the owner of this home. Saving my ass. All right. All that ammo. Look at that. So 100 rounds of 9 mil. Yeah, like, Jesus. Okay, and if each of these... And we're only at... Oh, goodness gracious, man. That's a lot. We got some good stuff. Okay, and then I need to put my actual gun that I found around with the 30 rounds in there. Let's do that. L94 rifle. And that one takes 30. And we got 2 boxes of 30 rounds. If I open, so there's 20, there's 50 in these, 50, 20, 50 of the 45s. Okay, we got 100 of those. 12 boxes of 5.56, plus another 5. Jesus Christ, that's a lot. All right, we're gonna fill up our water. I'm glad I checked the basement for what it's worth. Oh, no wonder I'm thirsty. It's because he doesn't pull the waters out of the bag. I forgot about that. Well, since this guy was such a weapon fanatic, let's check his garage. Plaster. Maintenance 2. Ball peen hammer, knee pads. Hey, there's a respirator. I'll take the respirator. No other ammo. We got some chips. Whatever's left of them in the trash. There we go. And hopefully all those Zeds are all migrated away. All right, we're gonna get ourselves some food. Rotten hot dogs, rotten pizza. Jar of carrots that are stale and cooked. I'm gonna eat this chocolate bar. All right, this looks to be the washroom. Indeed. Nothing in here. All right, we got anything fancy? Nope, nothing in here. All right, anything on the shelves? Comic books. VHS. All right, this must be the garage over here. Yeah. How does one get into the garage? This is just a... I guess it's literally just through here. You can't... There's not a door from the inside. Okay, I'm an idiot. It's right there. All right, we got tools, mason's chisel, things and stuff that I'm not gonna need right now. All right, we're gonna go upstairs, take a look. Nothing. Nothing. In the bathroom, we got a sewing kit. I will take the sewing kit. Things in here. Good. Trophy. We got gloves. It's 67 degrees. I mean, I'll wear the gloves. All right, this is another closet. Measuring tape, paint, a saxophone case with a sax in it. Photographs, keyring. Dye bottle, sewing pattern. Sew a sleeveless shirt. All right, I'm gonna eat this other, there's this weighs 0.2. $12.11 out of 12. God damn it. It's whatever. But we have a metric load of ammunition that we found next door, so that is a huge help. Well, it always pays to go to the more expensive side of town. I'm gonna leave that car right there for now. We're gonna visit next door. So yeah, using your environment as a means to pull the zombies and stuff. Ooh, improvised lantern, make an improvised flashlight, we'll take it. I'm gonna put more shit in the bed here that I don't need to hold on to, like this cereal. Yeah, stuff like salt, peanut butter. We're gonna put all the painkillers. I'm gonna put these magazines, instant popcorn. I'll hold the, okay, yeah, we'll put the black beans, put the cereal on there, put the white beans. Yeah, there you go. There we go. My guy is rather uncomfortable. All right, I already see a dead guy. This guy kill himself? Oh no, it looks like he drank bleach. An empty bleach bottle. Oh, the environmental storytelling is so sad. All right, well, little word to the wise for you. If you enter a house and somebody's dead and bleach is on the floor, do not invite yourself to eat their pasta. It's probably poisoned. You got a whole jug of vinegar? Bro, we could make so much canned stuff. Prepare breaded shrimp. All right. All right, what we got here? Marker. We got another battery. Another empty bottle. Stale jar of eggplants. And rotten food. Oh, normal chips. Don't mind if I do. Wow, 85 Zeds killed already in first episode of Mr. Hank Fultz. Okay, we're gonna see what else is in this house that we can take. So far, this neighborhood is much kinder to me than my own starting one. Misako Romano. Rest in peace, Misako. Ooh, fireplace. There's fireplace poker. This is for the garage. Holy shit. That someone upstairs? I don't like the fact that the Zed stopped making sound. I don't like that at all. I don't like it when it lags either. Zomboid figured out. There's a cigar. Okay, cool. A stock certificate. Okay. Yeah, we need more cigarettes. More cigarettes. What was in here? Did I check? Crowbar. I'm gonna take the crowbar. Ooh, the handy knife. Handy knife is awesome. All right, looking like this might be it for this room. Oh, okay, there's sleeping pills. Get that. Alcohol wipes, we'll take those. Hairspray. But yep, can't make the aerosol bomb unless you know the recipe. Frank learned it literally right before. Oh, look at that baseball bat. And a good claw hammer. We're gonna take some of these, put them in the truck. Have the backup weapons. Another box wine. It is. Well, we haven't been taking painkillers. Let's drink another wine carton. Getting a little bit sloshed. It's okay. We are definitely inebriated. Oh, sweet. And a heavy-duty flashlight. We're taking it. And take the other flash. We're going to pull the battery out of it. And dump that other one on the ground. Okay, cool. Now we got 3 batteries and a pro flashlight. All right, well, there is a friend. Just goes to show that being tired ain't so good for you. All right, baseball bats going in there. Crowbars going in there. Jug of vinegar's going in there. I'll put this one water in there. Put the football frenzy, corn flour, empty bowl. I'm putting the reading glasses, rubbing alcohol. Yeah, that could stay in there. Sugar cubes. Cooking recipe. I'll offload that for now. Okay. Has 2 thimbles, 5 threads. My goodness. Lots of stuff. All right, this claw hammer that is worn. Dropping that. Did I pick up a better one? I guess that one was worn. This is a much better quadrant of homes. All of the Zeds, pulled away. Makes it much easier to to scour. Okay, now that looks like Long John's. All right, another heavy-duty flashlight, mechanics level 1. Phone book. Yeah, dirty coveralls. All right, is this another fireplace poker and a tree branch? Glass making. This looks like wine, vodka. Okay. Well, we'll take the calories. All right, kitchen. I'm always open. What you got, kitchen? What you got for me? Dry ramen? All right, this is looking not promising for this kitchen, but that's... Oh, we got barbecue chips. Okay, okay. So far, we've replenished our weapons. We've got ourselves a backpack. Flashlights. Dude, this was a home full of alcoholics. Teaches how to make a jar of preserved food. Yep, we're going to want to know how to do that. This, again, is another gin. I'm going to take the bottles where I see them. Dead mouse. Toy car. Fanny pack. We're wearing it on our front. Did it look like it had an ID in there too? Brent Streeter. Appreciate it. What's he got on this ring here? Encumbrance reduction is 85. Should be the same exact thing as my key ring. Yeah. Looks like it has a key on it, so I'll hold it. A worn griddle pan, so some stuff was going down. Fingerless gloves. Like that better than the gloves I'm wearing. Football, pliers. Nothing. Paperwork. Whoa. Stuck on this chair. Yeah, it's a little bit ominous going through some of these houses and everything looks like it's already been rummaged through, All right, we got a real bandage. Let's take that while we can. And a screwdriver. We already got a screwdriver, so we should be fine on that end. All right. What's in this room? Anyone? Pillows? High-end camera, tank top? All right. I don't think that there was a basement for this house. I did not see one. We've already gone through the garage. All right, let's drop off the bottles. Goodness gracious. Okay, there's a Zed down there. That guy got a backpack. Looks like he's wearing something. Yeah, it looks like a camel pack. It is. It's a hydration pack. It replaces the duffel bag, though. And how much does it hold? It only holds a liter of water. If I was able to put that in my backpack and still drink it, I mean, that would be dope. But all right, I'll move all of this into the car. All right, we are going to move. What are we going to move in here? We got gin. Let's move that guy. We've got vodka, water hydration pack. We're going to move both of those. Another wine, magazine. I'm gonna take the respirator, put it in there, put the ramen in there. All right. Now our character is tired. So fighting hordes right now is not something that we're gonna do. But luckily, I think that we pulled all of them away from this area. So we just need to be cautious as we're going into these homes. Yeah, okay, see, I see one over there. And I see like 3 there, okay. And this house looks like a bunch have already broken out. Holy shit, yeah, this house looks rough. All right, more rope, anything on the ground, fresh bandage. Magazine. Anyone up here? Seems safe. Picture of Bob. Rip Bob. Nice window looking out that way. Trophy. There's a claw hammer. More paperbacks and stuff on the ground. A lot of stock certificates. Kind of weird that they're in your children's bedroom, too. Seems a little bit shady to me. Okay. Yep, and I think that... Oop. Okay. Coming inside. Nice. Okay. At least we were prepared for it. Was there anything in the kitchen? No, man. Okay. Well, we'll take this, the cereal, the strawberry soda, things like that. But yeah, there's nothing in the freezer. Get that rolling pin. Got these backup weapons. All right, and in the garage, there is a file. I'm gonna see, can I use the file on the multi-tool? Where did I put, yeah, there it is. Sharpen blade poorly with a file. Yeah, we'll do it, we'll do it. Nice, okay. And with that, yay, we're sharp again. Cool. I'll keep the file. All right, batteries going back. And then things that were on the ground, there's steel wool. Yeah, okay, we'll leave that. Everything else. All right, 1Z over here. At least I believe it's just one. All right, looking as far as my eye can see. Okay, there is where it starts to get dangerous. We are not going to this house and beyond right now. Is this whiskey? It's barbecue starter fluid. That's new. What the hell is this? Raw, rotten small bird. Ew. Grody. All right, we're gonna go upstairs. Ooh, that's just a guitar. Damn it. Thought there might have been shotgun. Okay, well, look, there's a key for a Dash Ranger. I'll keep an eye out. Ooh, there we go. What is this? This is M1911. And it contains a magazine. All right, we are going to attach that to the holster left. All right, so this M1911 should take 45s, right? Go ahead and eject the mag. Yeah, 45 ACP. Cool. Well, we got those. All right, well, where there are some guns, maybe there's some additional ammo. I mean, we found a decent amount, so whatever we don't find here, we can rest easy knowing that we have a decent supply at home. All right, any other gun here? Let's take the matches. Anything that is cigarettes or cigarette adjacent. Knee pads, yeah. Now we'll avoid that for now. All right. Anything in this upstairs bathroom? Just all of the painkillers in the entire world, dude. We have more painkillers than we know what to do with. Dun dun. Okay, this... We're good upstairs now. There is nothing over here. Bleach. We got sheets. I don't see a basement. All right, and we got cinnamon. All right. There's a sponge there. These are all rotten. Cow's milk that is not rotten. We'll take you. Oops. Broccoli that's rotten. Jar of potatoes that are stale and cooked. Yeah, that's a no-go right now. With how tired we are, we ain't going over there. Luckily, I feel pretty safe all the way over here. And we have a car. And this gun only shoots 7 shots at a time. Unfortunate. But the 45 ACPs, I think, did those boxes hold 20 or did they hold 50? Please tell me that they held 50. They hold 50. All right, I'm gonna move all 3 boxes in here. All right, we're gonna start moving wine, rolling pins, marinara, instant popcorn, grape juice, cow's milk, cereal, bile, all of it. Okay. All right. Let's back this up or put us in this house right here. All right, we're gonna back this guy up into this garage here. All right, and this at least has a front door. This is the place that the guy killed himself in. Okay, well. Go in the backyard. Holy shit. Somebody's in the house. They upstairs? Bro, this is sketching me out. Okay, it's this Zed and it's making the wrong sound. It's hitting a gate. Holy Jesus. Die. Please. Absolutely brutal. Did I just cut my hand? Are you fucking serious? All right, let's disinfect it. All right, and then bandage it. All right, we're gonna move this guy, take him outside. All right, our guy is in a lot of pain. we're gonna sit down on our mahogany chair. We're gonna read this paperback and put our ammo away, put our gun away, put our fire axe away. Yeah, let's just read about Mrs. Dalloway by Virginia Woolf. $5:10 p.m. Yeah, dude, our guy is ridiculously tired. Hopefully this should help with us being a little bit tense. It's not going to help with the pain. Yep, and we definitely need to smoke cigarettes. After we're done with this, we're going to we're going to eat the barbecued chips. And I'm thinking that we'll call it. Right, that is done. Let's go ahead and eat these barbecue chips. I'm gonna pop open this box of 50 rounds here. And I am going to take the pistol. And we are going to eject that magazine. Let's drop that paper book on the ground. Now we do get a 75% EXP bonus on reloading. So if I equip this and I unload this, we'll do this upstairs too. Let's do this real quick. See if I can get my reloading up and then get our character laid down. I found a lot of vinegar and I found a lot of jars of food. I should probably start collecting the jars of food that I find because I would probably have enough jars that would be able to can things. Oedipus. Oh, wow. Ooh, a satchel. And you can wear, the satchel is different, is separate, right? Yeah, the satchel is separate from the duffel bag. I put all of these rounds in the satchel. Put the gun itself in the satchel too. Man, that puts me at 12.16. Okay. Let's drop this book that's in here, this random sheet of paper. Sweet. There we go. Now we're able. All right, we're gonna rest in this chair and we are gonna just unload and reload for a little bit. I want to see how quickly this thing levels. All right, we are at 24 XP. And this is 150 rounds that we're going to have access to. And there you go. Look at that. We need 300. Dude, that ain't going to take very long at all. Let's watch me get to level 3 reloading really quick. Let's do this. We're going to burn through it. We're police officers. What we do, right? We know how to load bullets. It'd be much faster if I had the clips that Frank had that had 30 rounds that would go in instead of doing 7. There we go. Fuck it. I'm going for it. We're going all in. Oh, don't drop it. Okay. Our guy's thirsty here. There we go. Yeah, dude, look at that. Nimble is also almost level 2. Heck yeah, man. Killing it. So this combat stats, maintenance is almost level 1. But all I'm saying is if you're a good shot and you can reload fast, that's going to go a long way. If I can get a bullet bandolier too, that would be helpful. (9:10 p.m.) What? We're at 266. No, don't drop it. No. Okay. Equip it. Don't mind me just spending a whole day loading and unloading and just practicing with the ammunition that I found. And I think that pretty closely catches us up to Frank in terms of the weapons, because I think he wasn't even at level 5, or he was just at level 5 aiming and level 4 reloading. Almost there. The next one's gonna be a big leap. I think it's gonna be like 750 if it's not already. No, okay, it's already at 750. It'll be like 1500. Yeah. All right, that's that for that. All right, and our guy is quite hungry. Let's get ourselves some food. All right, now I should be able to access the back. Yes, lovely. All right, I should be able to have a bowl of cereal. I'll do the bowl. Get some cow's milk. Let's do category. Should be food. There's 2 boxes of cereal. All right, so let's do fluid, transfer liquid, move the bowl right there, pour it, pour a bowl of cereal, and there we go. Wonderful. Now, Hank needs some sleep. All right. Now, do we still got our pillow? We do. All right. Place that guy on the bed. And let's get some sleep. Yeah, we are stressed out. We need more cigarettes, dude. All right. It's another foggy day. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful foggy day. All right, my friends. I think it's time that we review what has gone on. All right, let's go ahead and pop a squat here, and we're gonna talk about how our adventure is going thus far. All right, so Mr. Hank Fultz, not to be confused with Mr. Frank Fultz, he started his adventure out today in Riverside up near Pine Court Road. You saw us fight off a whole ton of Zeds, and now I can actually mark them on the map. Let's go ahead and use our symbols here. So we had a ton of zombies by the police station, right? So this is the police station. All right, we got a bunch of these Zeds right here. So we ended up walking all the way across Lincoln Street, right? So we walked in the middle of night. I'm gonna put a little arrow this way. Right, this led us to the school. And we found our first working vehicle right out here, right? So we found our car. Now over here, there is a gas station, right? And we do have car with gas. Right here. All right, so yeah, we drove ourselves through Lincoln Street, or walked ourselves this way, ended up finding this car, taking it a little bit on a run. We made our way through the rich side of town. All right, we drove all the way around the sides and we pulled those Zeds. We pulled all of them, you know, migrated this way. We migrated Zeds. Right, and we're gonna put our arrows this way. So these Zeds all populated this area. We ended up driving ourselves back up Kelly Road and then taking a look at what was across the street here, where we found a ton of guns. We found ammo in this big house right here. Or this house right here. And we scoured the remaining houses. They were all across here, right? Yeah, we have that out. And we're gonna plop a little home, little symbol here for us. There we go. And we're going to continue our adventure to find Frank Fultz and put him to rest. Now, if you have not, I strongly recommend that you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, leave a comment below. Let me know that you liked the content. I'm going to continue to be working on this and improving the quality as we go. But my friends, I believe this makes, 37 streams of Project Zomboid. This is the first ever episode of the Hank Fultz Chronicles. It's going to take a little while for me to get used to that, but I do have more upgrades coming to the setup soon. So my friends, as always, I am just some dude on the internet. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you in the next video.